In this video, I'm going to show you guys another live opportunity on AT&T, which I also called out in my community. And currently, AT&T is also a great chance for smaller accounts as the stock is trading at a relatively very low stock price. So smaller accounts only need around $2,200 in capital to generate income on AT&T. So AT&T actually had a huge drop recently on June 3rd, where the stock dropped 4.4% in only one day, which is a massive drop for AT&T, as it is a very boring and conservative stock. So AT&T offers cellular services in the United States and is also trading at a very low PE ratio. Actually, the lowest PE ratio compared to its competitors, because T-Mobile in the United States has a much higher PE ratio, and so does Verizon. So AT&T is priced very, very low, okay? And currently, the market fears that Starlink is going to take over AT&T's customers and also business with their new satellite cellular, okay? That is the fear that the market has, and that's also the reason why AT&T had a huge sell-off in one day and dropped below its support line. However, I believe that this fear is unjustified, as AT&T has a huge infrastructure in the United States for cellular services, and AT&T is also partnering with AST Space Mobile in the United States to also offer satellite cellular. So basically AT&T is already preparing for that to also compete if needed with Starlink on new satellite cellular. So they're just partnering up with AST Space Mobile. So AT&T will absolutely not fall apart because Starlink is pushing their new satellite cellular. So if we end up being assigned, if we sell a cash secured put, we are absolutely not buying a stock that is fundamentally broken or the whole business is just breaking apart, okay? And this is very attractive for smaller accounts because AT&T is currently trading around $22. So if we sell a cash secured put on a $22 strike, we only need $2,200 as options come in a 100 pack. So 22 times 100 makes $2,200 needed in capital to generate income. And I currently also have cash secured puts running on AT&T, and just recently I collected $70 on one cash secured put. So I basically generated $70 in monthly income while locking up $2,200, which is a very great return on capital if we calculate that. If we collect $70 in premium upfront for taking on that risk and we divide that by $2,200, we actually generated a monthly return of 3.18%, okay, which is very, very high for such a conservative stock. So you guys can calculate how attractive this is for your smaller portfolio, because if you would have sold two options here, you would have generated $140 in monthly income while locking up $4,400 in capital, okay? And $140 paycheck extra every single month sounds very attractive to me, okay? And what is your risk? What is your worst case scenario? Well, if you ever end up being assigned on AT&T, if we look at the stock here, AT&T is paying a yearly dividend around 4.89%, which is also very, very attractive. So if you end up being assigned, you will collect that dividend from AT&T, and you can also sell covered calls to the upside. So you're basically saying that you're willing to sell AT&T once again if it rises to your strike price, and therefore you will collect another premium for making that commitment. So your worst case scenario is actually still a very attractive scenario for you in this case. So I wanted to show you in this video how it is possible to generate a very attractive monthly income with a smaller account, because I always say you need at least $10,000 to generate a meaningful monthly income, that it also makes sense for you to generate my community. So here you have a perfect example of how you can generate a very attractive monthly income on a smaller account with only 10,000 US dollars, okay? So if this is something that's interesting to you and you want to generate a consistent monthly income, then click the link in my bio and join the Premium Cycle community, where I have a full course so you understand this strategy very detailed, and I'm also sharing my live trades so you can benefit from that. So see you guys in my community.